Hi, my name is Paul. I'm a pilot. I've been flying for about 9 months so far, and I'm really excited to be on my way to F3 Expo down in Atlanta to participate in the individual races. I've never done an event this big. I've done maybe 5 or 6 races with, maybe like 8 to 20 guys, but I've never gone to I guess this is an international event. So I'm super excited. But as part of going to a new race, I needed something that was a bit of a new rig. This is the Green Machine. This is what I've been flying for a long time. It's a ZMR with like Emax motors and DYS SN20 ESCs, and just kind of, it works. I've done some amazing stuff with this, but I don't think it's going to be super competitive. So instead, I've built my QAV180. I was planning on building the QAV210, but I did not get this frame until like 2 days ago, and I leave for F3 tomorrow. So I built up a QAV180 because I have the frame for it, and this is what I'm going to be racing. Not my first choice. I'd rather be part of the 5-inch class, but I think with the 4-inch class, I might have a better chance. I'm not sure. Regardless, this thing is a beast, and I want to talk a little bit about it so that you know kind of what I have done to set it up for racing in F3. Okay, first of all, we'll take a look at the gear at a high level. We've got the QAV180, which we'll talk about plenty. On this side, we've got my Quantum V1 Ghetto goggles. I've got these super highly modified. I actually love them a lot. I've flown with some various pairs of Dominators. I might like these just a little bit better. They're not super portable, so they're a little bit uncomfortable and obnoxious, but for the one-time low price of only like $100, including all of the batteries and receivers and antennas and stuff, pretty good deal. And on this side, we've got my trusty Tyrannus 9XD Plus or whatever. Love this kit. It's great. Flies awesome. It's going to be a good time. Okay, let's talk about the QAV180 a little bit more specifically. The first thing that we've got on here are the Sunny Sky 2204 2300 kV motors. I really wanted to get some Cobras, but I could not justify the like $28 a pop. The Sunny Skies are $18. I think they do very similar amounts of thrust. It's obviously less than the Cobras because the Cobras are the best, but you can have 2 of these for the price of 1 Cobra, and I just cannot justify spending that on something that I'm hurtling through the air at 70 miles an hour. Next to the Sunny Skies, we've got our RG20 ESCs. They are just, in my mind, some of the best ESCs on the market. They suit BL Heli very well, as opposed to the KISS, which I would also love, but once again, can't justify something that could potentially burst into fire at any time. I put the 20 amp ESCs on this so that I could run the tri-blade props, which are going to pull a lot more amps than just the single blade or double blade 45 bullnose props. For the camera, we've got the HS1177 TVL. It's the best camera on the market in my mind. It fits with a lot of frames like the QAV180 and the Alien, and it just does a great job. For the VTX in the back here, we've got the FX799T. I'm going to put that back there. It does an amazing job. It makes the wiring super clean because it sends power back to the camera. It filters that power so you don't have to have an LC filter besides what comes out of the VTX. And it has a little push button and a display for showing you exactly which channel you're on, which makes it really easy to go to a race. Once again, we've got the 3x4040 HQ tri-blade props. I love them. They fly like a crazy person, and I'm going to have a hard time going back to double blades just because they're cheaper. For flight controller, we've got the Naze 32 Rev 6. Not much to say there, it's kind of the standard. For the receiver, back up in here, we've got the D4R-2 from FreeSky. For a VTX antenna, we've got the Video Aerial Systems Bluebeam Ultra, which is, in my mind, the best antenna that money can buy. You could probably make some better ones yourself, but these just kick butt. There's a 5-volt Pololu that powers the flight controller, and my race pack is the Tattoo 75 to 150C 4-cell 1300 milliamp, and it just rips balls on that. So yeah, that's the setup. So in my mind, a big part about racing is not just going fast and being consistent, but also the ability to make quick repairs if you have to. So one of the things that I do with my ESCs is that I actually, when I heat shrink it, I leave the pads exposed. So you can see the 3 pads where you're going to solder the motor on, and you can see the 4 pads where you solder your power to your ESC, as well as the signal cables for the nays. I've got all of these cables direct soldered to the power distribution board and the nays, and all of the motor wires direct soldered there. The reason I do that is because motors have a tendency to break, and when they break, it's hard for you to get back in the air and keep racing. But if you set it up so that you can replace that motor really easily and really fast, you can get in here and just beep, 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 put the new motor on, beep, 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 test, make sure that it's spinning the right direction. But at that point, you're now ready to get back in the air, even if you've completely destroyed a motor while you're racing. I don't like to have to plan for disasters, but it's very likely that they're going to occur. So just making that really easy to access. Now, moreover, the ESCs can sometimes fail as well. And so now it's a little bit more complicated, but you can desolder everything. And I have this ESC mounted on some Velcro here so that I can just put a new one in there. I obviously don't want to leave these motor wires exposed during racing, so I just cover them with a little bit of electrical tape, which I've already removed for filming this video. Another thing that you're going to want to do that's important for racing is you need to be able to change your channel really easily. Regardless of what channel you come on, you might be asked to move from one channel to another. And so this VTX is left exposed so that you can hit the little dip switch here that will switch channels. And you can see the display from this VTX there. So if I power this up, you can see that the channel markers there. And then when I go into the field, I carry with me the actual case that came with the VTX, which has the whole channel listings on the back here. So when they ask you, hey, go change to the frequency, blah, 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 you can really quickly jump in there and make the change that you need to. And that's the build. I think it's going to be an amazing time. I'm looking forward to F3 Expo so much. I think I'm going to get my butt wiped across the floor of the Georgia Dome, but I think it's going to be an amazing time, and I'd love to share that adventure with you. So if you have any interest in seeing the content that comes from me going to F3 Expo, you can click right here, right there, and subscribe to this channel, and you'll see all of the footage that I put together from my time there. I'm going to take as much as I can because I want to share it with those of you that can't be there. If you are there, let me know, let's hook up and make a video together. If you want to see things as they're happening, because it takes some time to make the YouTube videos or whatever, you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, Periscope, whatever you want. If you look for that username on any of those things, I'd love to have you follow me and check that out as it happens. Once again, thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I look forward to seeing a lot of you at F3 Expo.